Oh my God. I'm just going to keep going because you know what? This is a piece of junk. It's about the X-37b space plane. And while it's loading, I'll talk about this. Right now in Los Angeles, this storm is crazy. It just blew my window, my screen, like it's blowing the door. It's incredibly powerful. The storm is just blowing water. Doesn't even it's like not even raining, it's just blowing water. Unbelievable. How about you load? How about that? Sorry about that. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to read about the X-37b. Now, granted, everything that I read, don't think that I believe in everything I read. I'm just reading you what they're telling us, okay? Sometimes people are like, "Oh, why you?" Is the U.S. Air Force's X-37B space plane finally set to land after 2 secret-year mission? X-37B drone blasted off on a mysterious mission on May 20th, 2015. Theories range from it being a space bomber to destroying satellites, or the real mission to causing earthquakes worldwide. The flight is testing a system that makes satellites easy to maneuver, and that's BS. This is probably a small part of the vehicle's true mission. That's true. One of the most mysterious craft ever to be flown by the U.S. military has been in orbit for almost 2 years. The X-37B space plane, an experimental program run by the Air Force, launched atop a United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket on May 20th, 2015. Now, experts claim it may be about to return to Earth almost 2 years later. X-37B's mysterious missions. The U.S. Air Force's unmanned X-37B spaceplane has flown previous secret missions to date. Has flown 3 previous secret missions to date. Each time it has carried a mystery payload on long-duration flights in Earth's orbit. The spacecraft looks similar to NASA's space shuttle, but is much smaller. The X-37B is about 29 feet long and 9.5 feet tall. It has a wingspan of just less than 15 feet. At launch, it weighs about 11,000 pounds. The craft is taken into orbit on a rocket, but lands like the space shuttle by gliding down to Earth. Well, the space shuttle didn't glide down to Earth, so that's a bunch of BS right there. While its main mission, payload, is a mystery, NASA has revealed it has a materials experiment aboard. The Planetary Society is tagging along with a solar sail demo. 10 CubeSat nanosatellites are also taking a piggyback ride into orbit. The historic shuttle landing facility at the Florida spaceport is preparing to once again host an end-of-the-mission landing as the U.S.'s Air Force X-37B mini spaceplane prepares to return from a near 2-year mission on orbit, NASA Spaceflight.com said. However, the Air Force claimed the movement was simply a test exercise, meaning the mission continues. The X-37B is still on orbit. The program is conducting a regular scheduled exercise this week, said Captain Anna Marie Anacili, media operations officer at the Pentagon's Air Force press desk. NASA Spaceflight.com says even if there is a test, the landing equipment has been left in place for a possible landing. While some details of its payload have been revealed, we still do not know exactly what's on board. Theories have ranged from it being a space bomber to a clandestine probe on mission to take out spy satellites. United Launch Alliance's 206-foot Atlas V rocket launched the spaceplane from Launch Complex 41 at Cape Canaveral last May. The mystery vehicle, essentially a technology testbed, is designed to orbit the Earth and then land like one of NASA's old shuttles. According to X-37B manufacturer Boeing, the spaceplane operates in low Earth orbit between 110 and 500 miles above Earth. See what people... Oh! That's it right there. By comparison, The International Space Station orbits about 220 miles. While its main mission payload is a mystery, NASA has revealed it has materials to experiment aboard, while the Planetary Society is tagging along with a solar sail demo. Called Light Sail, it uses a propulsion system that uses the pressure of photons from the sun, a technique known as solar sailing. 9 other CubeSat nanosatellites are also taking a piggyback ride into orbit. The spaceplane, one of the 2 of the same design, is operated robotically without anyone on board and is reusable. It's 29 feet long, about 1/4 the size of a NASA shuttle. The longest X-37b flight lasted about 675 days. Touchdown was in last October. There is no official word on exactly how long this one will stay up, although reports suggest it will return to Earth later this year. When the plane does return, it will land in NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. A former KSC space shuttle facility will enable the Air Force to efficiently land, recover, refurbish, and relaunch the X-37b orbital space vehicle, Boeing representatives told Space.com. It's a very unprecedented disclosure. Last year, the Department of Defense did reveal some details about the X-37b's main mission. We are investigating an experimental propulsion system on the X-37b on Mission 4, Captain Chris Hoyle, an Air Force spokesman, told Space.com. The Air Force's Rapid Capabilities Office will also host a number of advanced materials on board the X-37b for NASA to study the durability of various materials in space environment, Hoyer added. Theories have ranged from it being a space bomber to blah, blah, blah. Top 4 conspiracy theories. Spy plane, space bomber, takeout satellites, and spy satellites, blah, blah, blah. No. The number 1 is a earthquake machine, you sons of bitches. He added that the vehicle's mission cannot be specified, but that it will enhance the development of the concept of operations for reusable space vehicles. Spaceflightnow.com revealed more details of the flight, which is described as a Hale thruster electric propulsion test. It is intended to improve performance of the units aboard advanced, extremely high-frequency military communication spacecraft, officials claim. The advanced energy high-frequency satellites, Hall thrusters, are about 4.5 kilowatt units that use electricity and xenon to produce thrust for moving satellites in space. The benefit of using electric propulsion is that xenon fuel weighs much less than traditional hydrazine. This technology could help in the development of technologies to control satellites with better accuracy. However, experts claim that refining an advanced maneuvering thruster is probably just a small part of the vehicle's true mission set. One leading secrecy expert previously told dailymail.com, the drone is very likely be used to test technologies that will increase spying capabilities of the U.S., like we need more of them. The U.S. government has a bottomless appetite for sensitive information, said Stephen Aftergood, a secretary expert at the Federation of American Scientists. As powerful as all intelligence satellites may be, they also have their limitations, most notably the limitations imposed by their orbital perimeters. It's conceived that a spy plane would introduce new versatility into overhead reconnaissance. The X-37b space drone, otherwise known as the orbital test vehicle, is blasted into orbit by a rocket. However, it lands using a runway like a normal aircraft. The X-37b is too small to carry people on board, but does have a cargo bay similar to that of a pickup truck, which is just large enough to carry the earthquake machine. The X-37b program has bounced between several federal agencies, NASA among them, since 1999. The program's first mission launched in April 2010 and landed in December that year. The second said blah blue blah blue. Let's watch that video. No advertisements. I don't need that at the end of my production.
This is the moment the U.S. military landed.
Hush, I don't want you to give me a copyright strike. What is that, in reverse? What is this? Did they just do that in reverse? All right. Okay, they're doing it in reverse. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. I'm stupid. Why are they head to toe covered if they're not even flying in the damn thing? You ever wonder why they're covered head to toe if they're not even flying in it? Let me see if I can get one of those pictures. See this here? Why are they covered their heads and all this nonsense if they're not even flying in it? Could somebody tell me that, please? All right, it's been James from the Research Revolution. I'm out of here.